You know, I think that first game's always tough for everybody, and it seems like we've had a lot of tight games. Holy Cross played very well. I thought we did some things well. I thought we could have done some things better. I thought Jake was real good. Obviously, early in the game, we tried to get on the board and didn't get that done, but Jake, you know, kept us there, and we stayed with it, and we were able to get on the board. So, like I said, I'm always excited to get out of the first game. It's a tough one. And you see teams beat people all the time. That's what these tournaments are for. And you have teams in here that are excited. Every team that gets to a tournament, got to a tournament from either winning their league or winning their conference tournament, or they were obviously good enough all year long to come as an at-large. So, you know, our guys are excited about that win.
Case, what did you see out of Jake tonight? It seemed like he got a little stronger than the middle innings.
Yeah, you know, he just couldn't command his off-speed pitch early in the game, and you know, later when I think he went a stretch there, he struck 5 or 6 guys out in the road where he got some depth to his breaking ball, and you know, that's a big jump for him. You know, I think those were the things that always kind of haunted him a little bit early in his career, that he'd get a little frustrated when he wasn't able to command something, and it kind of snowballed, and we weren't able to leave him in the game. Now, you know, he wants to throw 10 innings a game.
Matt, you had talked this week about everything started over. The records don't really matter. Does that pretty much show itself tonight to how well Holy Cross played, despite what the record might be tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's you just go to any tournament, whether it's basketball tournament, March Madness, or you go. I believe North Carolina got beat by Davidson at home today. It's you know, when a team comes in and there's probably nothing worse than being the #1 national seed, because everybody, you know, wants to kick your fanny, and they should. And you know, Holy Cross played great, and their arm was good, and we like I said, I think we beat North Dakota State a couple years ago, 1-0, and it's just it's baseball, and the teams here are good, and like I said, I don't think that we were sluggish. I don't think we played poorly. I think they played well. I think we played well, and I wish we'd have caught the fly ball and left there in the 9th inning. It would have been a little easier, but sometimes those things happen.
Jake, it seemed like a turning point was there when bases loaded, 2 outs in the 5th, and you were able to strike the guy out. Did you feel that way?
Oh yeah. I felt that as long as I just try to throw it harder. I mean, I can't really control the results, but if I give it my best effort, then so.
You know, Jake, it seemed like at that point you gave up those 3 straight singles there in the 5th. Could you make an adjustment, because your command seemed a lot better the rest of the game after you gave up those 3 straight singles?
Yeah, I mean, again, I just tried to throw it harder, and worked out for me, and just kept on competing and went after it.
Caden, what worked well for you today? I think you were making good contact with the plate for most of the game, and you looked really comfortable up there.
You just said it right there. Just trying to be comfortable, you know. Just going up to the plate with a plan. Didn't matter what the situation was, and I just tried to be comfortable in the box and see the pitch pretty well, and that's what ended up happening. So.
Caden, when it was 2-1 there in the middle of the game, and they have a chance to go ahead, I mean, were you a little nervous about where things were at that point?
I'm gonna say no. You know, with Jake on the mound and with the offense that I know we have, you know, in the dugout, you're not really nervous. You know, you got Case back there in the dugout to pump everybody up and make sure the game goes as smoothly as it does. But, you know, even in close games, we've been really, really good this year. And with the confidence that I have in this team and Jake, who was starting today, you know, I wasn't too worried about it at all.
Jake, for an Oregonian like yourself, was it kind of cool for you to, you know, get the ball as a #1 overall seed in a regional for a team I'm sure you grew up rooting for?
Oh yeah, my freshman year, I got the ball in a big game, and so I was able to get a little experience. So I mean, this was just another opportunity. I went out there and did what I was capable of doing.
You said that getting that first win makes a big deal. What, in your experience, is different about a team in Game 2 after they've gotten that win?
Well, first of all, you have people that have never played in a regional, you know, and you know, I had to keep Caden. You know, I had to take care of Caden because he was. No, I mean, you know, there's guys. We had several guys that have never played in a regional. I think there's just some normal excitement, and I think that there's, you know, if I'm a team coming in and I'm the 4 seed, I don't care who I'm playing. We're just saying, hey, we got nothing to lose. We're going to attack these guys. We're going to get after them. We addressed that. They did. We held, our guys did well. I mean, we can play better, and we will. It's not quite as easy sometimes as people think. I mean, you go, okay, Oregon State's the #1 national seed. Holy Cross is coming in, and they're just going to go, and just do whatever they want to do. It doesn't happen that way. And they played well. They're a good baseball team. They're here for a reason. And we, like I said, there was a lot of good things that happened. A lot of good things that happened. And we know we can do some things better. There's some areas that I felt like that, especially offensively, where I was a little disappointed in some pitch selection and a little disappointed maybe in some decisions that we'll clean up. But when we played 54 games. We've practiced in September. Our guys come to the yard every day and work their tail off every day. So it's hard for me sometimes when we don't play as well as we can to not lose perspective of what this is about and how difficult it is to play better and better and better. So and we're excited. We'll be better tomorrow.
Jason, was the thought using Jake tonight in that Luke would face left-handed batters from Nebraska tomorrow? I know you don't wind up playing them. Did that figure into it?
There was several things that figured into it, and one was that we feel like we have two frontline arms that could throw against anybody. And when you looked at Holy Cross's lineup, and that's the only team we're concerned about, they were predominantly right-handed. We felt like it was a better decision to throw a right-hander. And really, Nebraska didn't come into the thinking because we don't know who we're going to play. And I've learned from experience that when you start thinking about game two, you might want to rethink that because sometimes things happen in game one that you don't want to happen. So had we played Nebraska game one, we probably would have thrown Luke. But either one of those guys, I have complete confidence in.
So did you go and watch that first game of the day?
I did. But when you sit in the stands and everybody asks you how you going to do tonight, Coach, I decided that I would go beam it up in my office. See, I got unbelievable people that help me plug machines in to show me how to do that, and then you get it on the big screen and you sit in there and watch the game. So I watched the whole game. I was actually out there the first inning, but I'm not really good at sitting in one seat for very long, and so I just went in the office and I charted in there and I'm pretty. I'm ready, for games. I like. I mean, it's hard to sit down for me, but that's just who I am. So.
Jaden, going back to playing your first regional game, did it feel different? Were there any nerves you had to calm down? Obviously, you looked comfortable at the plate, but what were the differences today?
I didn't really see much of a difference. To be honest, I've played in a lot of playoff games, whether it's high school and a lot of big games in the summer and stuff like that. So I knew how to attack it. Obviously, it felt a little different just because, we didn't make a regional last year, so I hadn't had that under my belt yet. So tonight was really no different than any other game. I went about it just the same way with the same intensity and focus, and, ended up being pretty much a really good game for me and for Jake and for the entire team. And to get the first regional under your belt and to get a win, now tomorrow is just another day, and I'm going to approach it just the same way.
Oh yeah, it gave me a little motivation. I mean, I've been through a lot through my career here, and I mean, it was an honor to take the ball the first game, and I went out there and gave it my best effort, so it was a lot of fun.
Caden, 1 of 7 different players had an RBI in the afternoon. How do you guys as a team continue to have so many different guys producing offensively?
It's just one of those things where, like Coach Casey said, every single one of us comes to the field every single day from September till now and just works our butts off. And it doesn't matter if you're going to be a starter or you're just going to be a pinch hit guy. It doesn't matter. The bench guys prepare just like the starters, if not even harder. And to be able to put together a lineup 1 through 9 that is, equal to anybody in the country, or probably better than anybody 1 through 9. But even the bench guys are, phenomenal, and they don't get down that they're not playing, so they're ready to come in. So I think that's why we had such a good year so far. Is it's not just 1 or 2 guys contributing all the RBIs and the hits and whatnot. It's the entire lineup, And, it's all 15 of our position players that get in the game, and it comes back to the way we prepare and the way we practice.
What were your observations at Yale?
About Yale, man, Nebraska's a good team. I thought Yale was really aggressive. I thought they were, confident, played well. Their pitcher was really good. He flipped sides of the plate pretty good. Was able to subtract when he wanted to. I look around the country and I see all the time, people that may not get recognition or may be playing well at the right time, but I just think that, coaches do a really good job of getting their guys to believe that, hey, this is what it's all about. Now we start a new season, and I think we've got a great field here and great competition, and we're fortunate that we get to host that.